Somebody asked me recently to look at their human design chart and tell them how they're supposed to make money, like which gates in their chart would reveal the very specific way they're meant to earn income. Like, is it by writing a book? Is it through music? Is it through donations? And when I said that's not what human design does, they said, well, what about gene keys? No, that is not what any of this is for. And the fact that someone would even ask that question tells me there's a massive problem happening in the human design space right now that nobody wants to address. So, well, I'm going to address it. And somewhere around the middle of this video, I'm going to tell you what human design actually is for when it comes to your business. Because once you hear the distinction, you're going to look at your chart completely differently. I'm Jenna. I'm a human design expert and business strategist, and you're watching the 9 a.m. download on Pajamas and Profits, the channel where we talk about what's actually going on in your business when you're doing all the things and it's still not working. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with your business besties, and if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe so you don't ever miss a single download. Human design is not a fortune teller. It's not a career quiz. It's not a personality test that spits out your life purpose in a neat little paragraph you can screenshot and post to your stories. It does not tell you what business to start. It does not tell you what offer to sell. It does not tell you whether you should be a speaker or a healer or a coach or a course creator. It does not tell you how to make money. Full stop. And I need everyone in this space to hear me say that, because the way human design is being used right now, and honestly, sometimes the way it's being taught right now, is creating more confusion, more dependency, and more disempowerment than the very systems it was supposed to set people free from. I mean, the irony of taking a self-knowledge system that was literally designed to help you trust your own authority and using it to become more dependent on someone else telling you what to do. Somebody needs to talk about that. So here I am, talking about it. Here's what I keep seeing, and it drives me out of my mind every single time. Someone discovers human design. They're excited. They pull up their chart. They learn their type, their authority, their profile. Maybe they even learn some of their gates. And then something happens that I cannot stand. They start using it as a prescription. I'm a manifesting generator, so I need multiple businesses. I'm a projector, so I can only work 4 hours a day. I have this gate, so I'm supposed to be a healer. I make money through donations because that's what my chart says. No, your chart does not say that. Your chart does not say, hey, go start an OnlyFans page. You said that. You took a piece of your design, filtered it through your conditioning, and came out the other side with a story that either confirms what you already believed or gives you permission to stay exactly where you are without doing the uncomfortable work of actually getting clear. That's not human design working. That's human design being used as a shield against the very thing it was trying to help you see. And here's a version of that story that really got to me. I came across someone who has been making life and business decisions based on a chart that was generated from the wrong birth time. Wrong chart entirely. They've been following advice from practitioners who were reading inaccurate data, and they're wondering why nothing is clicking. That is what happens when you treat the system like a crystal ball instead of what it actually is. You hand your power to a chart that might not even be yours. And I have to call this out because it needs to be called out. Part of this is coming from inside the human design space itself. There are practitioners out there, and I'll never name names, but if the shoe fits, there are people teaching human design as if it's a diagnostic manual for your entire life. Oh, you have gate 21? That means you're meant to control resources and you have to be in finance. You have this channel, you're an intuitive healer. Your incarnation cross says this, so your life purpose is that specific thing. That is not how this works. Your gates, your channels, your cross, they describe energetic themes. They describe how energy moves through you. They don't tell you to be a nurse or a lawyer or a Reiki master. They are not a job prescription. They are not a business plan. They are not a roadmap with a pin dropped on your destination. When a practitioner tells someone your chart says you make money this way, or your purpose is this very specific career, they are doing the exact same thing the guidance counselor did when they handed you a multiple choice quiz in high school and told you should be an accountant. They're flattening a deeply complex human experience into a label, and that person walks away thinking they've been given an answer, when really they've been given another box to climb into. And now here's the thing I said I'd get to, what human design actually is for, because I just told you a whole lot of what it isn't, and if I leave you there, then this video is really not much more than a rant, and I promised you a reframe. So what is human design for? Human design tells you who you are, period. That's it. That's the whole thing. It shows you how your energy works. It shows you how you're designed to make decisions. Not what decisions to make, how to make them. It shows you where you're consistent, where you're open and absorbing other people's energy, where your conditioning is most likely pulling you off course. It tells you what your body needs so that you can operate from your actual design instead of from the programming the world layered on top of it. Think about it like this. You take your car to a mechanic. The mechanic doesn't tell you where to drive. They tell you how your engine runs. They tell you your transmission needs this kind of fluid. Your tires need this much pressure. Your engine runs best at this RPM. I don't know, I'm not a mechanic. They're not picking your destination is the point. They're making sure the vehicle is operating the way it was built to operate so that wherever you decide to go, you actually get there without breaking down on the highway. That's human design. It's the owner's manual for your vehicle. But you still have to drive it. You still pick the destination. And no gate, no channel, no incarnation cross, no practitioner is going to do that for you. When I found out I was a projector, it didn't tell me to become a business strategist. It didn't tell me to start Pajamas and Profits. It didn't tell me to build the business recalibration method. What it told me was that I'm not designed to push, to hustle, to generate output all day. It told me that I see deeply and guide precisely, and that my energy works best when I wait for the right people to recognize my work and come to me. What I built with that information was my decision, my authority, my clarity that I had to find for myself through lived experience. And that is the piece people keep trying to skip. They want the chart to hand them the answer so they don't have to sit in the discomfort of not knowing. I get it. Not knowing is excruciating, especially when you've spent thousands of dollars and years trying to figure it out. But running to your chart and asking it to tell you your purpose is just another version of running to the next coach and asking them to tell you your purpose. You're still outsourcing the decision. You just swapped the coach for a body graph. And there's another side to this that I want to address because it's equally destructive. People are using human design as an excuse to stay stuck. I can't do that. I'm a projector. I need to wait for the invitation. I can't work on my business today. My sacral isn't responding. I can't commit to anything because my emotional authority needs to ride the wave. Your type is not a limitation. Your authority is not a cage. These are descriptions of how your energy operates at its best, not a list of things you're not allowed to do. A projector waiting for the invitation does not mean sitting on your couch hoping someone DMs you with a business opportunity. It means you put your work into the world with depth and precision and let recognition come to you instead of chasing it. There's a massive difference between waiting and doing nothing. And too many people are using their design as some sort of permission slip to do nothing and calling it alignment. Same with generators. My sacral didn't respond, so I guess I'm not supposed to do that. Your sacral is responding all day long. You might just not be listening to the real signals because you've been taught to look for fireworks when your sacral might speak in a quiet pull, a gentle lean. Not every response is a dramatic full body yes that knocks you off your chair. Sometimes it's just warmth or peace. And if you're waiting for the dramatic version every single time, you might just be waiting forever. Human design is supposed to liberate you. If your relationship with it is making you more rigid, more limited, more dependent on someone else to interpret your life for you, That's not the tool failing. That's the tool being misused. So here's what I want to leave you with. If you've been treating your chart like a crystal ball, and I say this with love, and as someone who has also leaned too hard on external tools for answers, come back to your body. The chart is the map. Your authority is the compass, but you still have to walk the path yourself. Nobody and no thing, not a chart, not a coach, not a gate, not a cross, is going to hand you your clarity prepackaged. That's your work. And it is the deepest, most uncomfortable, most important work of building a business that actually fits you. And the practitioners who are teaching it like a career quiz or a purpose decoder, they might mean well, and I know, I'm pretty sure they do, but they are going to cause damage, because every person who walks away from a reading thinking their chart just told them their destiny is a person who just stopped listening to their own authority. And that is the one thing human design is actually asking them to do. I built the Business Recalibration for spiritual entrepreneurs because I kept watching people use these tools to get further from themselves instead of closer. It doesn't tell you what to do with your business. It's a quiz that shows you where things are structurally off so you can make your own decisions about what to fix. That's what a real diagnostic does. Links to everything are, as always, below in the description. That's your 9 a.m. download for today. I'll see you next week.